you think you're hot stuff because you're in the union and you have a job that's protected by the union. I hate to break it to you, but child, please, being in the union doesn't carry much clout these days. It doesn't mean much of anything these days. By the way, I'm Shantae Charles, and I teach moms how to make money independently of their jobs and how to master money management. So let's get into it. You know, being in the union used to carry some clout. It used to mean something. But these days, it doesn't mean much of anything. It's not going to protect you from getting laid off because these jobs ain't loyal, whether you're in the union or not. It has happened again. UAW members, 1,500 of them, are getting laid off by Jeep. And it's right before the holiday season, y'all. I mean, Thanksgiving is in a couple days. Christmas is right around the corner. But do the powers that be care? No. And truthfully, is there ever a good time to get laid off? No. But we have to prepare ourselves. And the union, this is the craziest part. And maybe he had good intentions, but the union boss, he went and spoke to the members of the union that are getting laid off. I mean, and a lot of them, some of them are still holding out hope. Some of them are not holding out hope. They're just like, well, I want my union dues back. Let's take a look at it. Let's get into it.
We are staying on top of the news that nearly 1,500 auto workers will be laid off come January.
Yeah, this comes as the Toledo Assembly Complex, Mobis North America, and KUKA all made permanent or indefinite layoffs.
The UAW International President Shawn Fain spent the day in Toledo talking to members. Andre Norrells was at the Union Hall earlier and spoke with workers. Andre, what did people have to say?
Well, Jeff and Kaylee, many people came hoping to get guidance from Shawn Fain and other union leaders, except people left the meeting with mixed reviews.
Behind closed doors, UAW President Shawn Fain spoke with members. Many of them are preparing to get laid off shortly after the holidays.
I did not get any answers. I didn't get anything from this meeting.
Kamari Whitaker has worked at Jeep for more than 6 years, most of that time as a part-time employee, but became full-time after the strike last year.
It's been a long time, but I knew it was going to be something. I knew something wasn't going to be all in my favor.
She's one of the nearly 1,500 members getting laid off indefinitely in January, creating a strain on raising her 4-year-old son and leaving a bitter taste about the union.
I want my union dues back.
I hate to tell her, but baby, you're not gonna get them union dues back. You're not gonna get those union dues back. And we have to be prepared for layoffs. And this economy, we never know what may happen. We have to pay attention to the news. We see people getting laid off every day. We got to stop thinking it's not going to happen to us because it can happen. And if you're in the union, just because you're in a union doesn't mean that your job is protected. I mean, they went on strike last year. I'm pretty sure the strike was to demand more wages, to demand higher wages. Okay, they came to an agreement. And now what? Out of a job.
Paid way too much to get nothing in the end.
Tyler Wilhelm says he's also getting laid off, but still has faith in the union after Fain's talk.
Basically, it's saying stay strong, stay solid, solidarity. That's all we got to do.
While Shawn Fain didn't.
You know what? Stay strong. Solidarity. That's all we got to do. Nah, that's not all you have to do. You got to have to find another job to take care of yourself and your family, your responsibilities. And after you get another job, you got to find another source of income so you don't find yourself in this predicament because staying strong, solidarity, that is not going to put food on the table. That's not going to put food on your table.
Speak with WTO 11, Local 12 President Bruce Baumhauer says he's glad members were able to hear from Fain directly.
That's the first. I've been doing this for a long time, and to have him come down here and spend that much time with our members, I think is pretty special.
Baumhauer says while the layoffs are coming, the union will work to get every member's job back.
One of the things I think the first thing we need to do is tell the company to lower the prices on our vehicles so that we can get more orders and we can get our guys and girls back to work.
For these workers, they hope they can get.
They want them to lower the prices on vehicles, but you want a higher wage. And I understand wanting a higher wage because most people are not paid what they're worth, but that's just life everywhere. Every city, every state, every country, people are not getting paid what they're worth. But you want them to lower the price of the vehicle, but you want a higher wage. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Where's the money going to come from? And if you had a second source of income, and that wasn't your only source of income, you wouldn't need to go on strike and demand higher wages, higher pay when that many vehicles aren't being sold in the first place.
Get back here soon.
I've seen them come through worse, a lot worse.
I'm gonna just wait it out for as long as I can until the benefits run up.
Stellantis says these layoffs could happen as soon as January 5th.
Now, she says she's going to wait it out. She's going to wait it out as long as she can. But if I could speak to her directly, I would tell her, don't wait it out. Wait it out, because while you're waiting it out, you're depleting your emergency fund. If you have one, you're depleting your savings. Don't wait it out. Start looking for another job or start you a side hustle. Start looking for another source of income. I know when my husband got laid off from his job a few years ago, I was a CNA, certified nursing assistant. I was making $12 an hour. My little $12 an hour was not enough to support our family financially. My husband, he did find another job, but he got laid off again because we live in North Dakota, oil country, and oil production was down. So he got laid off. But after the second or third time of him getting laid off, I had enough was enough. I was fed up, not with my husband, because he's going to do what he has to do to get a job and help provide for us. But I was fed up with the situation. And I couldn't sit by and wait, determine that, oh, I'm going to continue to depend on Medicaid, food stamps, or whatever the government has. I had to take matters into my own hand. And I started my own non-medical in-home care agency that allowed me to help change our financial dynamics. I wasn't worried about, oh, if my husband gets laid off again, once he finds another job, what's going to happen to us? Because my non-medical home care agency allowed me to go from making $12 an hour to making six figures. And not only did it give me additional financial freedom, but it allowed me to live life on my own terms. We have 4 children. At the time, when I started my non-medical in-home care agency, we had 2 children. But I didn't have to worry about if my kids got sick and I needed to take the day off, if I was going to have a problem with my boss once I went back to work because they had an attitude because I took the day off. I didn't have to worry about, oh, I'm not going to get paid for not going to work that day, because I don't know if this is everywhere, but when I worked at the nursing home, we had PTO, because nowadays there's no longer vacation time and sick time. It's all lumped together, PTO. But here's the nonsense about that. When I worked at the nursing home, even though they gave us PTO, that if it wasn't you directly that was sick and needed to take the day off, you wouldn't get paid. You could bring in a note and it would be considered an excused absence. But because it wasn't you directly, the employee that was sick, you would not get paid. Isn't that some nonsense? But once I started my own non-medical in-home care agency, I didn't have that to worry about, because I had financial freedom and I had time freedom, because having employees allowed me to make money even when I was sleeping, or whether I was at a soccer game with my kids, taekwondo with my kids, or at the doctor's office with my children, because my employees, they went out to the homes of our clients, they took care of the clients, and I got paid, and it allowed for me to employ other people as well. So if you're looking for a stream of income that is recession resistant, take a look at my website, charlesbusinessacademy.com, and view my free webinar, Home Care 101. It is going to talk to you about the profitability of starting your own non-medical in-home care agency. Listen, senior care is a $400 billion industry, and you can get a piece of the pie. Now, you don't need medical experience as a certified nursing assistant, a nurse, or a doctor. You don't need any experience in the medical field to start a non-medical in-home care agency, and you can get a piece of a $400 billion pie. Listen, by the year 2030, which is only about 5 years from now, because 2025 is right here, there are going to be over 70 million baby boomers here in America. And let's just face it, the older people get, the more likely they're going to need assistance with activities of daily living. And when you start a non-medical in-home care agency, you're helping people remain independent and out of the nursing home, and you're getting paid for doing so. So if you want to start a recession-resistant business, check out Home Care 101 on my website, charlesbusinessacademy.com. Until next time, be blessed and a prosperous future to you.